you struggle with trying to get your mind to work in the way you want it to work? I know I do sometimes. This video is about how to reprogram your mind and have a mindset shift, and it's really powerful once you know the tools how to do it. I'm Alicia Soikawa, the Empowered Woman, and I think a lot of people want to have a better mindset, have an open mindset, a growth mindset, but we all struggle with our limited beliefs and how we were raised and how our environments kind of created this whole machine in our way. And sometimes we kind of give away our freedom in the sense of like feeling helpless that we can't change that. But actually, I'm here to tell you, you can. And what's interesting is that success really has nothing to do with talent or luck. It has everything to do on how your mind is programmed. And if you really think about it, it makes sense, right? It can be changed. You can change your success just by how you're allowing your mind to function for you. And I would say, let's tweak it to make it work for you instead of against you. And I think so many people out there in the world, and you see them and they just are battling their mind and their thoughts. And it's this constant head game that we're playing. I always say like your head's a scary place to be. It's one of those things to say like there is a science to mind shifting yourself and reprogramming your mind into working in a way that can help you propel in life and business and in relationships versus basically sabotaging everything you want and work so hard for. So let me tell you this, 95% of our daily actions are driven by subconscious programming. I mean, we breathe, or everything's digesting, or blinking, or doing all these things without even thinking about it. Our body is so magnificent. The human body is wonderful, right? So if you think about that, there's so much going on without us even realizing or even having a thought process to handle. It keeps us alive. So if you think about how do you install a mindset that's going to elevate you to success versus installing a mindset of limited beliefs, which kind of sabotage you. Because sometimes we're our own chokehold in business and life, and we don't even realize that. So how our mind is currently wired is that I know a lot of people have heard about the RAS, Reticular Activating System. And there's something called Neuro-Linguistic Programming, NLP, and it's a scientific programming of how you can use words to program your mind to do things you want it to do. Because we're basically, in a sense, like machines, right? And it filters what we believe to be true. So if I tell you, go look for the color red, and you look around and you look for red, and then I say, okay, what's red? Even if something's not red, you're gonna make something red. Like if it's orangey, you're gonna say that's red. And if it's pinky, you're like, that's red, right? Because you're looking for the red. And this is a fun exercise that was done, I think it was at Unleash the Power Within with Tony Robbins, and he kind of explained that as well. There's a lot of books on this, and a lot of speakers talk about it, but your brain is like a search engine, literally. And so it only shows you what you tell it to look for. So if you are telling it things are negative, or things are bad, or this person's pissing me off, that's what it's going to find. Just like if you tell it, I love my life, I'm so grateful, I have an amazing husband, I have an amazing life, I'm so happy, I'm so grateful, I'm so blessed. That's where the whole concept of gratitude comes into play. Does that make sense? I hope it does. So the science of reprogramming your mind is that you have to first identify what those limited beliefs are, first of all, because I don't think you are even realizing you have limited beliefs. And it's the first step is understanding and having awareness that you need to make a change, and that language and the way you think about things is actually hurting you instead of keeping you from growing. And are you not allowing yourself to be curious? Are you not allowing yourself to be open-minded to the possibility, hey, let's try this. Let's be open-minded. 2 would be interrupting the pattern of that limited belief that you had. Neural pathways are like roads. And so if you drive the same route, it just becomes ingrained in your head. It's like that record that we talked about, the brew. And you have to kind of scratch it or put like a blockade so you can't automatically go on that route again. And so it's about recreating pathways and new beliefs to help you go through. And that's with repetition over and over and over. So it's like the subconscious learns through repetition. Just like how we learned our numbers and our ABCs and our multiplication tables, it was like flashcards and repetition and repetition. It's just learned by habit, right? Over and over. It's muscle memory, and it's over time. It's giving a new groove way that's helping you, not against you. So that's a simple way to do it. A lot of athletes and Olympians visualize them successful. That's another way you can do visualization to create a new pathway for you to do something that's great. Affirmation stacking is another one, shouting it out or listening to your hype music that elevates your energy up. That's another thing. So there's some practical steps to rewire your brain. And number 1 is the morning mindset reset. Every morning when we wake up, it's like our mind is fresh. It's like starting over again. Those first thoughts are critical. If you think the first thing in the morning, I hate my life, I don't want to go, it's probably how it's going to work the whole day. Versus, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm alive, this is wonderful. Think about what you want that trajectory of the day to look like and visualize the day going in the way that you want it to go, right? All the wins. That's a huge thing. And that's what that whole piece of visualizing helps too. And the third thing is the power of your inner circle. Who are you hearing and listening to and having conversations with? Because if you gossip and talk negative, it kind of breeds and grows, and that negativity grows, and it's just not a good thing. Ever. It's just not a good way to live your life. And you need to really think about auditing, meaning cleaning out the people in your environment that may be cluttering your mindset and not helping you have a better mindset and grow. So part of this are all things to getting into the next level of growth for you. And one of the things I would challenge you to do is really take an audit to see, like, what are my limited beliefs? Where am I being negative? And I don't even realize it. Or speaking in total absolutes. You always do this, or, are not giving grace to yourself. And sometimes talking to ourselves is the worst, is what I notice, and I hear people have conversations with they're so hard on themselves. I coach all day long. Today I had, 9 coaching clients, and I noticed today people had assigned that they think I don't like open houses. And I'm like, well, if you say you don't like something, you're not going to like it. How about you say, I'm curious if I were to do it now that the market's different, if I might find some interesting new clients, or maybe I could go with the avenue of I'm going to do some open houses to try to find some more listings, not just assign like I don't like it. So since I don't like it, I'm not going to do it. Right? It's like the concept of not liking a certain type of food. Well, maybe if you try it in a different way, you might like the food. So like that closed-mindedness, that limited belief is what keeps us from experiencing what life has to offer, because you are not even giving yourself an opportunity to experience that. So that would be an example of that. So I encourage you to think about that. Like, think about where are you kind of cutting yourself off at the knees because you're not even giving yourself a chance, and where could you install some of these practical tools to have a better mindset in the morning and reprogram yourself to go to that next level, to go to that reinvention that you want to have. I would love to know. Comment below if you are brave enough to let me know what your one limited belief is that you may want to let go this year. It's a great time to just put it out there, and what you're going to do to try to challenge yourself to have that. I would love that. And if you love this video, give me a thumbs up, and I would love a subscribe button if you're interested in following us along, because you never know. Life is about empowering yourself and growing to the next level, and that's what we're about on this channel. So good luck getting that reprogram done, because I know you can do it. It's a science, and if you look at it that way and think about repetition, you could have a whole new life if you allow yourself. Take care.